Welcome everyone back to another episode of Macro Crypto, where each and every week we break down the Rebase token market, or refi, reimagine finance. Now, for all you ohmies and climates out there, obviously we will be discussing Olympus DAO and Klima DAO, but as we hinted at 2 weeks ago, we will be adding a third protocol to the mix, Redacted Cartel. Now, within this video, we're actually not going to be able to give it a true introduction as promised for a couple reasons. We want to take a deeper dive into the protocol itself. That way we can give it a proper introduction and really give you content that is useful for you as a viewer. But also, we have so much to unpack when it comes to Olympus DAO and Klima DAO within this video specifically, and we don't want to overstay our welcome when creating content. Now, to solve this issue, maybe we will separate these into different videos. Olympus, Klima, and Redacted Cartel get their own videos each and every 2 weeks. That way you as a viewer can ultimately decide what is useful for you and which video is a right fit and content that you want to watch and view. But for this week, if you do enjoy the content and you want to help spread the word for Reimagine Finance to the rest of the crypto space, give us a like, subscribe, head over to our Twitter page at Macro Crypto Club as well, and give us a follow if you want to be updated on any videos that are currently dropping. None of this information is ever financial advice. We're just here for pure entertainment purposes only. We just do the research and let you ultimately decide what is best for your crypto portfolio. Let's go ahead, dive into our content today, checking out the Olympus DAO protocol. As you can see, it has a facelift and it is beautiful. The front end work of art, in my opinion. Let's go ahead, give you a little bit of a tour, and on that tour, basically helping you take a little deeper dive in what Olympus is. Maybe you already know, or maybe you're new to the channel, but it's always good to reinforce your knowledge on a protocol such as Olympus. The future of decentralized reserve currency, Olympus is building OHM, a community-owned, decentralized, and censorship-resistant reserve currency that is deeply liquid, asset-backed, and used widely across Web3. A closer look at the Olympus ecosystem. A successful reserve currency requires a rich ecosystem to be utilized within. By creating a system of crypto-backed assets, valuable partnerships, usability across DeFi, and carefully managed tokenomics, Olympus maintains persistent value as a reserve currency. Olympus is focused on building this ecosystem across 3 main pillars: purchasing power, broad acceptance, and high utility, my personal favorite. Now, diving into those a little bit further, we've talked about Olympus Pro in previous videos, coincides with purchasing power. Strong purchasing power forms the foundation of a successful reserve currency. Olympus preserves purchasing power with a combination of tokenomics, sound policy decisions, and active treasury management, which in turn drives user confidence in OHM's real and persistent value. Now, to discuss the universal acceptance even further, and this goes beyond the Ethereum mainnet, a successful reserve currency must be also liquid and easily tradable for other assets. Olympus works on providing deep liquidity for OHM across a wide variety of trading pairs and blockchains. So not specifically Ethereum, but also Avalanche, L2s, and maybe more. Now, my favorite, as mentioned before, the high utility. With the utility, obviously is going to create mass adoption, which we all want and need for this space to be successful. Finally, to reach mass adoption, OHM must achieve high utility. Olympus is rapidly building new protocols and partnering with community initiatives to continue to expand the use cases for OHM. We've talked about it before, Odyssey, or creating a NFT marketplace within the Olympus protocol, but also allowing for Olympus Incubator or grants or loans for individuals needing Olympus or OHM to build a business. So many use cases, but the power of that utility is going to bring everyone on board. So I'm excited to see where this heads. I just wanted to quickly give you a new view if you want to take a deeper dive. Obviously, always link will be in the description for their website. Now, checking out the current price, Olympus or OHM is at $27.11. Price has gone down and fluctuated a little bit, but this has not really been a big issue for the GOM price, which is Ohm times the current index. That current index is obviously only rebasing every 8 hours. So if you're new to the protocol, just go get yourself some GOM. You can let that sit there. You can go over and get an Avalanche if you want to stay away from the Ethereum gas fees. Having GOM, you're automatically going to be getting those rebases. Okay, so just want to make sure you understand that. Now to dive in a little bit deeper on understanding that cross-chain voting, this is something that's brand new. So owning GOM, you're going to, from my understanding, going to be able to vote on the Olympus protocol itself, even though it sits on the Ethereum mainnet. Your votes will be able to count whether you're over on Avalanche or one of the L2s like Polygon, Arbitrum, Optimism, ZK Snarks, any one of those, or you have your GOM over on the Ethereum mainnet. And potentially as that growth happens and that web expands, that reach that Ohm has will only help the price and the adoption of Ohm in general. So the other ecosystems or other blockchains that it can get to is only going to help our protocol. And we'll keep you updated if we're able to further grasp a little bit more reach out there within these protocols. Now, lastly, in regards to Ohm, there's a current mechanism that's being voted on, whether to implement or not, and it's going to be implemented. I think the non-implementation is currently not being voted on, but this is whether to vote on a return rate change or not. So this will end in 2 days. So in 2 weeks from now, we'll let you know and give you a heads up on, are we going to see an APY change or not coming in May. And you can also check that out in the snapshot if you go visit their Olympus DAO website. And as always, link will be down in the description. But just wanted to give you a heads up that you could potentially see a change in the APY. Do not worry, because if you have the same belief as myself on this, is the lower that APY, the more adoption that's coming into the space, the less dilution for you and my tokens. And that's ultimately better. It's going to bring more capital to space as well, because they're not as worried of that diluted Ohm that's being entered into the market, and they feel that it's a little more secure because there's not so much capital being minted into this ecosystem. So let's go ahead, jump over to Klima DAO, which is that black hole for carbon. If you're unaware, Klima is the currency that is trying to bring the carbon market onto the blockchain utilizing Klima. Now, some interesting facts, which I found was just absolutely crazy. NFT transaction, or minting over on the Ethereum network, currently uses the same amount of energy as roughly 331,000 Visa transactions, or almost 25,000 viewable hours on YouTube. One mint over on the Ethereum network. Now, that's obviously with the proof of work. The merge is going to happen, bringing Ethereum to proof of stake later this year, probably in Q3. So all that's going to change. I think their carbon footprint's going to be reduced just in that merge alone by 99.5%. So a lot of this is going to be solved with that happening. But until that point, how are we looking to maintain or solve this? Now, what's interesting about this is that Klima has a now partnership with Polygon and L2, a layer 2 to the Ethereum network, which is massive for the protocol itself. Now, obviously, Klima DAO lives on Polygon, but with this partnership, Polygon is going to basically purchase and then retire all their carbon, the BCT, onto Klima, all of it. That way they can become net zero for 2021 and be able to show that, give that love letter out there. But this partnership is really the focal point of why I am excited on a deeper level for Klima. Adding a partnership like Polygon can really incentivize to see what else will be brought to the Klima DAO protocol itself. Now, Polygon is also going to become carbon negative in 2022 with a $20 million pledge to basically this to the ecosystems across the board, to refi in general. How much that goes to Klima, I'm not positive, but in regards to them offsetting Klima or offsetting the BCT onto the Klima protocol, and then also a huge thing is that they're going to hold Klima. So purchasing Klima and holding it creates more value for me and you. So this is some really exciting news that I'm really pumped about, and I'm going to hopefully see a little bit of snowball effect as the year moves along. Now, reason why I'm also so bullish on the Klima protocol itself, we start to think about the petrodollar dominance. Understand that USD is not backed by oil, but crude oil prices are quoted and transacted in USD. The utility of USD in crude oil sparks global demand. Everyone wants USD for this reason. Now, that's why there's also this huge debate happening, because Saudi Arabia is really trying to flex a little bit and say they'll start taking the Chinese yuan in regards to that, really diminishing the value of the USD. Now, this is kind of in comparison to the ability for Klima to be that currency for the carbon market. And if that demand is there, makes Klima that much more valuable. So to kind of give you a little introspect on what the building of the Klima economy is. Klima is backed by carbon assets in the Carbon DAO treasury. The utility of Klima in the Klima economy sparks an on-chain and off-chain demand, bolstering its value as a currency. Now, I do want to also hit on, I think it's a bot usually that comments on these videos below, but you might also hear sometimes Mr. Wonderful, individual out there that talks about a guy from Shark Tank, and recently is a backer of Bitcoin, but is a big non-believer in bringing the carbon market onto the blockchain. Well, his buddy, Mark Cuban, actually owns Klima and actually owns Olympus DAO, has 5 geom in a wallet that's visible for anybody to see. But those two protocols also is a believer. So everyone can have different introspections on these protocols. But it doesn't mean that's going to be failure just because one investor believes it while another doesn't. And especially somebody that used to hate on Bitcoin like Mr. Wonderful did, and now has reversed course and was seen at Bitcoin Miami being a keynote speaker, and now all of a sudden is a believer. So this is something that obviously can change into anyone's mind as the adoption continues to grow. And me and you are just here to spread those words, spread the good vibes, and really try to help put our footprint into this ecosystem to help this carbon market get onto the blockchain successfully. Now, get off my soapbox. I just went on a rant, I know. But here we go. Klima DAO launches the Klima DAO name service. So if you have something that's a .eth or .crypto and you want to really show a little bit of love towards Klima and your Earth Day, as yesterday was Earth Day on the 22nd, you can now do .klima. So we'll throw that link also in the description if you want to go purchase a Klima basically name service and you want to do macrocrypto.klima. You are able to do that now and purchase that for a specific time, obviously, and rent it out for yourself. Also, some news out there. Bloomberg was hating on a little bit of the carbon market being brought onto the blockchain, and Klima responded on Bloomberg. So this is more, any news is good news, but this is a massive, nice response. And here's a little bit of a snippet of that. This is where Klima DAO comes in. By incentivizing carbon credits to come onto the blockchain, we seek to fix the market failures that have enabled bad actors to leverage asymmetric access to information to turn huge profits while regular people are locked out of the market. Our solution increases transparency and market activity within what is currently an opaque, heavily intermediated market, while empowering everyday people to participate in climate action and scale this key market. Powerful. Now, let's go ahead, check out some love letters that were written for Earth Day, and our buddies over there at Olympus DAO obviously gave out those tones that we talked about last week. We're proud to offset 10 plus years of carbon emissions from Olympus to become climate positive from the Ohmies with love. Now, we just want to keep this rolling. Meta Activist is a NFT, I believe, out there within the Ethereum protocol. I'm not sure which protocol for sure, but I'm guessing Ethereum. In the day-to-day growing NFT market, production is increasing, and this increases carbon consumption. As we talked about the NFT market, how much one NFT mint really means to the ecosystem, but obviously that proof of stake change. But the reason why we're showing you all these love letters, here's another one from Earth DAO, and then we got Moon Rover, and then also Mother DAO. All these protocols coming on, giving their love letters and retiring carbon onto Klima DAO, bringing more carbon to that, strengthening that protocol. Massive for you and I. So I'm just super excited about some of this news. I hope you are as well. We're going to go ahead in this video with a very strange video for Redacted Cartel, but we're going to take a deep dive into this protocol in 2 weeks from now. So let's go ahead. Hope you enjoy. Get something a little deeper out of this than I am currently, but visuals are next to none in my opinion. There's that Olympus DAO. So hopefully you got a little something from that. I hyped it up for 2 weeks from now, which we'll take a deep dive into Redacted Cartel. And I hope everyone enjoyed this week's video. Till next time, everyone. Peace.